Yeah, Nabi, go live.
Yeah, we are live, Naman. Naman, we are live.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome to VIT Pune Quizzing Society's last quiz to this entertaining year, if I may say. So we'll begin the quiz in some minutes, but let everyone join. We'll wait for 2 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes, to let everyone join. Is my screen visible?
We can see your, yeah, we can't see your slides yet. We can see your screen.
Okay, that's cool. Okay, just a second, Nabi. I will change the layout.
Okay.
Side. Okay, cool. Okay, guys. So first we'll begin with a few general instructions. So yeah, welcome to the quiz. It has been said by me, Naman, Aatreya and Sumedh. We all are from VIT Pune, Vishwakarma Institute of Technology, and we have a club, QSoc, also known as Quizzing Society. So the general instructions for this quiz are: it is divided into three sections: tributes, trends, and transformations. And each section contains 10 questions. And as usual, use of proper nouns has been avoided to ensure a fair quiz. I've used them at some places, but some elements are included to retain the beauty of a question. So please just don't Google. I've provided ample of hints in every question, and if you want to like crack the question, you just look at the bold parts. It is a bit of cryptic. The quiz is a bit of cryptic. Some questions may be direct, like connect questions and all, but for the others, just look at the bold letters, work them out, and you will be able to get the answers. So we have provided the participants, those who registered for the quiz, with the form link. So please fill in your personal details before you start the quiz. So email ID, name, and your section. You are in college or open or school. So we may be releasing top 5 from open, top 3 from college, and top 3 from school at the end. Okay, and the form will be closed exactly a minute after the last question is displayed. Okay, so after I display the 30th questions, which is the 10th in the transformation section, I will be closing the bounds. And again, your brain is powerful than a search engine, so do trust it. Use your brains, not Google, to get to the answers. And I see 100 people watching now, so I will start in a minute. Just go through the instructions again. And please don't answer in the YouTube live chat. After all the questions are over, after all the 30 questions are over, we'll be having what can I say, a live question and answer session on the YouTube chat. So my friend, thanks to Nambi Rajan, who has allowed us to stream this quiz on his channel. So he'll be allowing you to answer on the YouTube live chat, and some names will be taken. So please stay for that immediately after the question over and the form is closed. So we'll be starting with that. So tributes are 10 questions of people whom we lost in the past year. Okay, so we lost many. We lost around 100 to 200 legendary people, but considering the scope of this quiz, I've taken only 10 questions on tributes, and there are 10 question and trends. So famous things that trended in this year. So those will be covered in the trend section. Transformations, major changes that happened. So those are covered in transformations. This is a very, very general quiz. So there won't be any specific esoteric questions. So you may encounter questions from sports. You can have questions from business. There are questions from entertainment industry, all types of questions, nature, wildlife, etc. I have provided ample of India questions and done justice to the world also. So you may not feel like I love India questions, so I'm going to have an India quiz. So it's a fairly general quiz. So, okay, we'll start with the tributes now. 10 questions set and framed by me, Naman. So I'm starting off with the tribute section, +1 for each answer for the 30 questions. And if the questions have 2 parts, you will get 0.5. Okay. So starting with the first question. A stunning set of Bular High School was created for a 2019 movie. Remake of a Thai film, this movie features the recreation of a popular song from a Bollywood movie. So read this. It features a recreation of a Bollywood song which was released 2 decades ago and shot in the same region. The first bold part is Bular High School, which will give you the region. The song is very, very famous. The song and its dance, especially its dance. So it has a lot of local language in it, so something cultural. And the name of the original song's lyricist would remind one of an Indian Army operation and Poha Jalebi. So first part of the person's name is an Indian Army operation, and the second part is Poha Jalebi. So 2 parts to this question. Give me the name of the original song, and the second part is its lyricist. Okay, fairly easy. So Bular High School, which will give you the region, a popular song from 2 decades ago, that is 20 years, and roughly 20 years, and Indian Army Operation and Poha Jalebi, a famous lyricist whom we lost. So 2 parts. Give me the song and the lyricist. Okay, enough time on this question. We move on to the second question. Okay, the easiest question of the tribute section. Chadwick Boseman essayed the role of an Egyptian god in one of his movies. So that god was often depicted with a man bearing the head of a wading bird native to Africa and the Middle East. So if you know Egyptian mythology, well and good. So those who know Egyptian mythology, the first line is the hint for you, bearing the head. And apart from that, he was also depicted with the head of an animal. The second depiction was that of an animal, which is clearly shown in the image. The image is a giveaway. And this is a statue of that god in a British museum. And this animal's name is also used to refer to an ugly and uncouth person. Okay, so this is a hint. We refer to an uncouth person, not ugly, I will say, but uncouth is the more usage of this word. So which animal's face is depicted in this statue? Simple. So this is a tribute to Chadwick Boseman, Black Panther. So ugly and uncouth. Just look at the face. You may know what the animal is. Don't go for the obvious, very, very obvious guess. The most commonly, it is a specific species of that animal. Okay. So need the name of an animal. Don't give me the name of the god. If you give brownie points for you. Moving on. Okay. Longish question. Towards the end of a speech delivered by him 2 years ago, Pranab Mukherjee quoted this shloka from an ancient text. Praja sukhe sukham rajyam, prajanam cha hite hitam, natmam priyam hitam rajyam, prajanam tu priya hitam. Okay, so it translates to, In the happiness of the people lies the happiness of the king. Their welfare is his welfare. Again, bold parts. Someone is talking about the king and his kingdom. Okay. There is only one guy who famously talked about king and his kingdom in the ancient times. So focus on that part, king and his kingdom. Which ancient Sanskrit text features this sloka? Also identifies writer, a person whose name you would associate as a moniker given to the Lok Sabha MP from Gandhinagar. So this person's, the ancient person's name is used for many politicians. It has been used for many politicians in the modern times and to a lot of people in history. But the most famous we know now, we often refer to this person as this ancient, the Lok Sabha MP from Gandhinagar, a very, very famous person. Many memes are made upon him. So I just need the name of the ancient person and which famous text he wrote. Two parts, ancient person and which famous text. I don't need the name of the Lok Sabha MP from Gandhinagar. He's just referred to by this name. So focus on king, happiness of people lies in the happiness of king, welfare is his welfare. So that would give you some idea. Very famous person, nothing obscure. Moving on, question number 4. Okay. This person was appointed by Barack Obama for a certain position in March 2016. Okay, March 2016, 4 years ago. Again, timeline is an important clue. But the Republican majority of the concerned committee opposed this decision and the nomination expired 293 days after it had been submitted. Okay, a huge controversy was created. Read these lines, the bold parts carefully. The same position became vacant after a similar situation to the one 4 years ago, and the Republicans voted to confirm the new candidate. Okay, so the Republicans were opposing the same thing 4 years ago, but they voted to confirm the new candidate. Which position is being talked about and who started serving in it since this October? This was very much in the news. Okay, so just look at what type of questions I'm doing in this round. It is a tribute round, so that should give you a fair idea. And it is a position. Someone new started serving in that. And yeah, fairly easy. I just need the new person and the position, not the old person who was serving in it. Similar situation arose 4 years ago. So you must get a fair idea who the person is. Very much talked about. Story of 2 months ago, made headlines in Indian newspapers for 2 to 3 days. Not necessarily the new person, the old person made the headlines a lot. Two parts again, position and person. Fair idea would do for the position if you don't know the exact same name. Okay, moving on. Question number 5. A school of sports in West Bengal recently renamed its cricket stadium after a prominent personality who has visited the stadium 3 years ago. Prominent personality visited West Bengal 3 years ago. Stadium was host to a football match which was given an apt title after the two legendary captains. So 3 years ago there was a football match and it had been given a title after the two opposing captains. While one of the captains was the visiting personality, the other one was a former great from a different sport. Okay, it was a football match, but the home captain was a legend from a different sport, and he is affectionately known as the elder brother. The last line is a giveaway. So I don't need the full names of the person. It is an alliterative thing. Okay. So what was this match titled? Alliterative, fill in the blank. For example, I would say, okay, J versus J. So John versus James. So that is alliterative. So both the words beginning with the same letter. I just need what was the match title. Don't need the full names of the person. So consider an example of John versus James. Lots of hints. Elder brother, West Bengal 3 years ago, football match. Okay, moving on. Question number 6. Okay. The woman here who became the one to hold a particular distinction with respect to an award. With respect to an award after the death of X, a British-born American actress. So she holds the distinction currently after someone died. And X's best known roles came in a 1939 classic movie set against the backdrop of the American Civil War. So X, who died, shared her surname with a defunct aerospace company. So this is a big question. So I just need the surname here. You may not necessarily know the person who died. The easier part here is the record. Go for the obvious award and what distinction did the person hold. So for X, only surname will also suffice. No need to give the full name because it is shared with a defunct aerospace company, Abyss Funda there, and British American. So you can narrow down on the aerospace company. For those who are looking for 0.5 points, just go for the particular distinction, that is the award thing. So again, two-part question with respect to an award after the death of X. So what distinction does this woman? And I need the name of X. Okay. I'll move on to question number 7 now. Okay. This stamp was issued by Dominican Republic and features 2 Indians. As you can see, there are 2 Indians wearing the darker clothing. And the one on the right is the captain of the Indian team. The one on the below the 16 number is written. He is the captain of the Indian team, who was often called with a suffix to his name. Okay, so this guy was called with suffix to his name because there are many same people with the same name and surname, a quite popular surname in the sport featured here, and he was often called with a suffix to his name to distinguish himself from the other players of similar name and surname. So, who is this person? Who is the captain? And which edition of the Olympics is featured in this stamp? You may either give me the year, for example, 2020 Tokyo or 2021 Olympics or Tokyo Olympics. So either would work for me. And if you give the year and the place both, it would be better. So stamp, Indian, suffix to his name, bold parts, captain of the Indian team, suffix to his name, and which edition of the Olympics. Okay, just a second. Moving on, question number 8. Shaped like a maple leaf, there are 168 of these monuments till date. The first hint is maple leaf. This is a list of people who have achieved something special in their fields, be it directors and producers of movies or athletes and coaches. Okay, and the second hint is it is not restricted only to the entertainment industry like its more famous counterpart in a neighboring country. The neighboring country also has a similar thing what is being talked about here, but it is restricted only to the entertainment industry, while the one I am asking, it also includes athletes and coaches in sports, and your major hint is the maple leaf. So what is being talked about here? Very specific list, 168 of these, I will say, monuments. So which list or what? Need the exact answer, need the proper noun. Okay, so I will need the name. Yeah, need a proper noun. No points for the funda, just give me exactly what is being talked about here. Maple leaf, not restricted only to the entertainment industry. That's question number 8. Moving on, question number 9. Yeah, a historical region comprising tehsils from Haryana and some part of North Rajasthan roughly corresponds to the ancient Matsya kingdom or the mythological Matsya kingdom. An Indian classical music gharana gets its name from this region, as its two founders were brothers born to a Drupadi are living there. Some people confuse the name of this gharana with another similar sounding region from Rajasthan. So I think most of us know only 2 to 3 famous regions from Rajasthan, and there is this Indian musical gharana which shares its name with this Rajasthan region. Not share, but it sounds similar. There is a difference of only one letter, which leads people to confuse the name of this gharana with this region from Rajasthan. But it is actually part of Haryana and North Rajasthan. So, which gharana is being described here? So, think of Rajasthan famous regions. Just cut out a letter and replace it with another to get the name of the gharana. And again, think why I put this question here. Question number 9, penultimate question of tributes. Before we move on to 10th question, which is my favorite. So, yeah. Okay, 10th question. Image is also very helpful if you see carefully. So, in 5960, this person and his units, Ilyushin 228 hours, flew a series of nocturnal sorties over Israel. Okay. So, see whom they flew sorties over. The country here is Israel. And after doing PG studies in the Soviet Union, he returned to work with his country's first Tupolev Tu-16s, and airstrikes on Yemen with these new bombers commenced. Israel, Yemen will narrow down to the geographical region. And read the last line carefully. He was a blessing to some people while others detested him. There is a reason why I put this line there. He was a blessing to some people while the others detested him. So who is this person? Nocturnal sorties over Israel, airstrikes on Yemen. He was a pilot. Timeline is 59 to 60. So who is this person? I'm not asking about some random pilot. He has to be a famous person to be featured in this quiz. So Yemen, Israel, he was a blessing to some people. Who is this person? Just give me a name, proper noun, exact name. Okay, so this ends the tribute section. And the next section is Trends by Sumedh Joshi, Biz God and one of the best quizzers, college quizzers in Pune. So Sumedh, are you there? Sumedh, can you unmute yourself?
Hello?
Yeah, hi.
Hello, Naman.
Yeah. So, Sumedh, introduce yourself and we can start with trends soon.
I am Sumedh, and I am one of the quiz setters for the quiz, and I am the management head of QSoc. And these are my questions, my set of questions of trends, and I really hope that you would enjoy these 10 questions.
Yeah, Sumedh, you can drop off some hints in between if you want to. So,
Yeah.
the first question by Sumedh is his favorite topic, which is memes. So, with most of this year spent at home, we saw a huge increase in new meme templates and memers. One of the widely used meme format this year was a furry animal from Japan. So a very cute animal with a lot of fur. This wasn't the first time this animal celebrity was a meme format. So look at the bold parts. Another furry friend from Hong Kong of the same breed rode high on the 2020 meme wave. So all of us were doing nothing, sitting at home in the lockdown. And we're busy making strong week comparisons and daily anecdotes. And I even have a lot of stickers, and Sumedh is my supplier for these stickers, featuring these two, what I would say, friends. So who are these two people? What is being talked about here? We need two names. proper names. Don't give the funda. Funda is already given. Strong weak comparisons and fur animal breed, which is enough. So two parts to this question. Each name would fetch you 0.5 points. Strong weak comparisons, animals. Okay, moving on. Question number 2. Okay. So when a world-renowned chef announced that he was joining TikTok, many raised their eyebrows. So this chef mainly posts duet videos reacting to various dishes prepared by amateur cooks, both on Instagram and TikTok. His reaction videos are popular, and one of them featured him roasting a TikToker after the latter poked the chicken with several toothpicks. So a huge question. This is a long question. Just focus on the bold parts. TikTok, world-renowned chef, duet videos, and the image should be helpful. Poked the chicken with several toothpicks. He exclaimed that the chicken was dry and it was looking like a different animal, which is quite apt because of the toothpicks. So we need the chef for the first part, who is famous for duet videos and TikTok. And which animal does this look like? According to the chef, what does the chicken look like after the toothpicks were poked into it? Again, two parts, the name of the chef and the animal. Go for the obvious guess for the first part and the not so obvious guess for the second part. Okay, so moving on to question number 3. Yeah, the easiest question of the trend section. Director of an Indian web series released this year shares his surname with the main character featured in it. So director and the main character of the series share the same surname. Based on a real life incident, it was praised by critics and garnered a huge fan following. Its theme music has become a rage. Okay, theme music is very important, a giveaway. And the funny part is, because of the series' popularity, an upcoming film on the same story might get a difficult reception. So I think that is the reason why why the people are not releasing the film, because the actor is also not that good, and the film won't be a hit. So which web series? The web series was a rage. Which web series? The same surname, theme music, and upcoming film. So need the name of the web series, not the film. Easiest question of trends. Okay, enough time. Moving on to question number 4. With the help of these images, identify a disaster which happened in the month of March this year. So a classic connect question by Sumedh. You just have to identify a disaster which happened in March. 4 images, fairly helpful. The last image will show you which demographic is being talked about. The below left one is indication of where it happened. So below, both the images below are an indication of the place, which will narrow you down. And of course, the first image is easy, and the second image will help you what exactly happened. So use first 2 images for what, and second two, both the below images for where, and give the disaster. Need a proper noun, a name of a place, and what happened. First 2 images are what, the second 2 are where. Okay, we'll move on to the question number 5. So a Nobel Prize winner this year X, along with his father, have a great hand behind making an impossible object famous throughout the globe. The object was originally the idea of a Swedish graphic artist. The father and son's surname is associated with many other such impossible objects. And in the 2010 Nolan movie Inception, the director used this very impossible object in this film. So, in two parts, X and the impossible object. X, we need a surname. Fairly famous Nobel Prize winner this year. And yeah, Inception, for those who have watched the movie. So need a surname for X and impossible object for Y. So the object also bears the name of the scientist and his father or her father. So X and the impossible object. Two parts. The object contains the surname also, so fairly easy to work out. Okay, moving on. Question number 6. Lockdowns imposed throughout the world compelled people to cook by themselves. A lot of people were cooking by themselves, especially in the West, where people don't cook much at home. Okay. So one of the most searched and trending baked food items in the West was a different and unique form from what people usually eat, and it contains less gluten than the normal variant. Recommended as a key daily food in the Mediterranean diet, identify it with the clues given in this video of a Brooklyn Nine-Nine episode. So the main part is the audio. If the audio is not clear, someone can comment in the YouTube chat after I start it. So I will tell you what important parts you should hear in the audio. And first look at the question, then I will play the audio. It contains less gluten than the normal variant, not a difficult name, just a variant of a, okay, another thing, yeah, Mediterranean diet and baked, it's a baked food. A popular baked food, but a different variant. I will play the video. If the audio is not clear, just someone comment in the YouTube chat so that I can say. Okay.
Jacob, I just want to say I am disgusted by you. You somehow lucked your way into a family heirloom and have the gall to ask me to give you $10,000 for it? That's an absurd amount of money. Took me all morning to get it together. No, I thought you were telling me off. And what would that get me? Pride? You can't make bread with pride. Well, unfortunately, I've changed my mind. I want to keep the mother down. I'm going to start baking. I see what you're doing. You're trying to up the price. Well, shame on you. But also, here you go. An extra $2,000.
Okay, so was the audio good? So did you hear what the person said? Someone can comment in the YouTube chat. No clues in the video. I will just say there was a line in the video. You can't make. Okay, so I will tell you. The man said, you can't make bread with pride. Okay, so you can't make bread with pride, which narrow down what you need. And Sumedh, any additional hints? So just one line was important. The guy said, you can't make bread with pride. And the woman says something about a dough. So what? Okay, moving on. Question number 7. Yeah, connect the following of numerous locations related to a cause during the early chilly days of 2020. Mumbai, Moreland Road, Nagpada. Chennai, Sajja Manusami Street, Washerman Pit. Kolkata, Park Circus Maidan. Jaipur, Shahid Smarak, MI Road. Delhi, GD Birla Marg, Kalindi Kunj. So connect these places to an event that happened in the early chilly days of 2020. And the answer may remind you of a very tall bowler from Pakistan and the lesser known daughter of an Indian director. So the director is the living example of a Lannister. This is a joke. This is a joke by me. So you can ignore that, but you may understand which director. He has he has three daughters and the least known of the three, and also the name of a very tall bowler from Pakistan. So Pakistan, a name which is used for males as well as females. So very tall bowler from Pakistan and lesser known daughter. These are the additional hints. If you can't work out the connect, a very famous event that happened in India in early Chile days, December 2019, January 2020. It stretched on for a bit. So looking for something here. Proper noun again. Okay, we'll move on to question number 8 now. So needing a proper noun here. Yeah, this map is related to a much awaited piece of art which got to be viewed in 2020. First shown in the UK, now it can be viewed in India too. Okay, so something that can be viewed in India, a much awaited piece of art. It is another masterpiece by a master storyteller who loves to confuse his audience. So what does this map represent? Much awaited piece of art which can be seen in India also, and another masterpiece by a master storyteller who loves to confuse his audience. What does this map represent? A proper noun, and if you know what it is, then just work it out.
And just one small hint, can I, Naman?
Yeah, go ahead, Sumedh. You can.
And if you got the Nobel Prize one, the question, then you will get this easily. It's very easy for you then.
Yeah, so give away hint if you get the Nobel Prize one, and so the colors are not a clue, Arun. The colors don't have anything to do. Just the locations are important. Much awaited piece of art, very very famous. People are waiting for it in India, and they got confused. And the artist likes to. The art may not refer to a painting as such. I'm not telling that it is not referring to a painting, but an art can be anything. It is just using the literary sense. So what does this map represent? And Sumedh gave a hint there. The Nobel Prize question has some connection to this. Give away hint. So, okay, going ahead. Penultimate question of trends. While a lot of platforms saw a decrease during the pandemic, there was one which saw a sharp spike in its users, even breaking its previous record. This record can also be a result of people using their computers more, so something to do with computers, this platform, which could have contributed to them being active on this platform. The logo of this platform consists of a part of a locomotive, which is used to convert heat energy to mechanical energy. So heat energy to mechanical energy, that part of a locomotive is its logo. And which platform is this? One that has been recently gathering steam. So this platform has been gathering steam recently. It has been doing great before too, but 2020 saw it breaking records. And thanks to our senior member of QSoc, Parth, for this great question. And I have a subtle hint. I have incorporated a subtle hint into this question, and when I declare the answer, you will know why I said so. Even if you don't know anything, just read the question, and when I declare the answer, you will just bang your heads to the wall. So moving ahead to the last question of trends. Yeah, Google released this doodle celebrating the Independence Day of an Asian nation. So Google Doodle, Asian nation, that is the first hint. It is full of national symbolism. The image is important here, with the national flower lotus being very prominently seen. Look at the dress of the person, the type of hat he is wearing, and the surroundings. Popular beverage consumed in the country on celebratory events and festivals is flavored with the scent of lotus. Okay, forget all of this. I saw something now while showing you the question, which is an very easy. Just look at the color in which Google is displayed. So the background on which Google is displayed is the biggest hint, which I didn't see while framing the question, but I can see it very clearly now. So need the name of a country whose Independence Day was celebrated. Asian nation, national flower lotus. The background of Google, very important here. Okay, so this ends the trends section of our quiz. As we go to the last section, which is transformations. So all the fundas for the questions of transformations have been heavily researched. So this was the most difficult topic on which you have to frame questions, because there is a very thin line between trends and transformations. And I took up tributes, and I think it was very easy framing questions on tributes. Sumedh did the difficult part of making questions on trend, but the most difficult job of making questions was of transformations, and Aatreya has did a wonderful job on giving me 10 beautiful fundas. Aatreya, are you here? You can unmute yourself.
Yes, hello.
Yeah. Introduce yourself, Aatreya.
Yes, I am Aatreya Gaikwad. These are my set of questions, and I am quizzing head at QSoc. Thank you.
Yeah. So these are the 10 questions. Brilliantly research fundas. You will know why I am talking about. Lots of hints again. So we move on to the first question. A huge telescope located on an islandic nation of Caribbean Sea. So first hint, Caribbean Sea narrows down the location. Was decommissioned this year after cable breaks threatened the structural integrity of the support structure. So that's the technical part. Although it had suffered from numerous earthquakes which are common to the region, and a lot of disasters are common to that region, major damage on it was inflicted by a deadly disaster that hit the region a few years ago. The disaster's name would remind one of a tennis player who took the world by storm after the commencement of this millennium. So a very huge disaster which caused the most damage on the telescope, which led it to being decommissioned this year. And as is the convention, it was also given a name which may remind you of a tennis player who literally took the world by storm after commencement of this millennium, which is after 2000. So which disaster? Need the name of a disaster, a proper noun, and what type of disaster. Okay, enough time on this. Moving on to question number 2. Yeah, Sumedh had a meme question, and Aatreya also has a meme question. So both these meme lovers have set 2 great questions on meme. Yeah, so this meme tells about the take a multinational company by leading Indian business conglomerate. Fill in the blank in the meme with the name of a feathery conglomerate, a pure business question. You have to identify the logo of the company on the right. And what is blanked is the company we need. The text says, Sadak se utakar star banaunga. So for those who don't know Hindi, it means I will take you to new heights. So a leading Indian conglomerate, a pure biz question. Just identify we don't need the company whose logo is given. We need the conglomerate who bought the company, and the hint is feathery. There is a reason why I have given feathery. So need the blanked out company here. The box is not indicative. identify the logo and tell me which company. Okay, moving question number 3. Due to huge financial losses, a European football club fires some of its employees. However, the removal of a person who was performing a very special role related to a club entity for nearly 3 decades. So, European football club, special role related to the club entity, out of favor player of the club, who volunteered to pay the salary of the person, made a lot of news. But the entity returned, and much to the disappointment of the fans and to the anger of the fans, the role will be performed by new people on a rotation basis instead of the older person who could not agree to the new term, maybe because of less money was being offered. Which not so prehistoric entity is being talked about here? Need a name, a specific name. So, which not so prehistoric entity is being talked about here? European football club, out of favor person. Okay, moving on to question number 4. So this bus is the final resting place of an American man, which became a popular destination for hikers. In June this year, it was finally removed because of public safety reasons after some death of hikers on the trail. It was brought into popular culture by a 1996 novel, which was remade into a 2007 film, with the bus featuring on the iconic poster. The book and the film share the same names. Very iconic movie, well appreciated by the audience, and American Man. So, what kind of film industry is being talked about? Hikers, a trail. Very popular, but the bus had to be removed because of public safety reasons. People died on this difficult trail. So, need the name of book or film. Both the names are same. Yeah, moving on, question number 5. Yeah, a stadium named after an iron-willed man was transformed into a quarantine and treatment facility after the pandemic gripped the world. So the stadium is named after an iron-willed man, and the stadium is located in a city which has a cocktail and a fish named after it. Okay. So, having a capacity of 5,000 people, the stadium is the home ground of a franchisee team since 2014. The team won the second edition. Okay, so look at it carefully, read it again. Stadium is named after an iron-willed man, not of much importance, but the city is important. It has a fish and a cocktail. For the fish, I will tell you that I have seen the question about the fish since I'm seeing the question a lot of times with the same question being framed, and a very popular fish. So you will get the city. There was another hint given by our quiz master, the question setter, but I have not included that because it is fairly Googleable. And franchise team, so think of what started in 2014. The team lost the final of the first edition and won the second edition, and it is captained by an Iranian. So Iran, think of the sport that the team is playing. So that is Iran for you. 2014, some franchisee. So what started in 2014? Very famous, and it won second edition after losing. So Iran 2014, city, cocktail and fish. Brownie points for naming the stadium. It is also the home stadium for another franchisee of another sport. We won't go there. So need the name of a team. Iranian, second edition in 2014, an Indian franchise team. Question number 6. An African nation decided to pay its debt to another nation. See what I have to do so that people don't Google. I have to use an African nation to another nation. But bear with me. So from the same continent in an unusual way, it was a win-win situation for both nations, as one of them needs cash while the other is suffering from severe drought. So leading to the loss of lives. Lives are in quotes, and thus requiring the offered resources. The format of payment was prominent in many countries in ancient and medieval times, especially India. So one of them needed the money, the other needed these resources. So what resources? Because they used to suffer or see. So think on the lines, after suffering from drought, what is lost? And India. So India, the resources are famous even in India. So giveaway hint. A topic discussed here, new news on that topic after every 15 days. So how is the debt being repaid? General Funda will do. So what are they doing to, and ancient times, this was a common form of payment. So severe drought leading to the loss of some lives. Okay, moving to question number 7 now. The still on the left is from a sci-fi movie which is set in a dystopian future and a depleted barren earth. It is a sequel to a film from the 1980s. So the image on the left is a sequel to a film from the 1980s, and the photo on the right is from an event in 2020. So this was trending a lot, and this comparison struck fear in the hearts of people on the internet, as it indicates the dystopian future is not too far ahead of us. Where was the image on the right? Captioned reality clicked, and identify the movie. 2 parts. Need the easier part is where was this captured? So the general region will do city or the region where this image was clicked. Look carefully at the image. What type of color is the sky? And identify the movie. So the movie is a sequel to one from the 1980s, a famous sci-fi movie from 1980s, and it released a few years back. So a region on this earth, a real region, and the sci-fi movie from 3 years ago, which was sequel to a 1984. 0.5 for both parts. Yeah. So we'll move ahead. Question number 8. This year, a new type of fish species was discovered by some researchers in the Western Ghats. It was named after the river at whose origin it was found to be present. So first bold part is Western Ghats. One of the researchers who made this discovery comes from a famous political family of a West Indian state, a very prominent political family of a West Indian state. Last year, this researcher, he was a part of the team which discovered a snake species and a gecko species, both of which were given the surname of his family. So very famous family. So it was natural that the species will be given names of the family. And his father and elder brother are politicians, with the former, which is his father. So his father assumed a very high office last year. So these people have been in politics for a lot of decades now. Western Ghats, think where Western Ghats is. And which artistic family is this? So hint in the last line, which artistic family is this? If you know the family, or even if you don't know, they have a huge artistic connection. This person's grandfather or his uncle. So very famous family. People living in East India may also know of this because the person rose to a very high office last year. So nothing specific to the west part of India. Very prominent family. It is also they're also used at the national level. If you think of that. So need the name of family, and if you can name the researcher also, that's good. Okay, so second last question of this quiz, penultimate question. British romantic thriller film released this year is based on a 20th century. Yeah, the surname will do for the previous question. I need the surname only. So based on 20th century novel written a year before the Second World War started. So the timeline of the novel, it was written a year before the World War II started. And the Germans used one edition of the book in World War II as the key to a book code. So it was used as a key. I should have put key in quotes. And an American adaptation of the same novel was successful in winning 2 Academy Awards. And it was the first American project of a famous director. So soon after this book was released, a film was made on it by a director who would go on to create history in Hollywood. And a film was made with bearing the same name. And the title of the novel or film is a feminine name originating from the Hebrew Bible. A very Jewish name, a female Jewish name, a popular female Jewish name, whose popularity peaked in the 1990s in United Kingdom, but has declined afterwards. So still in Eastern European regions, this name ranks among the top 10 given to people or the population of that country. But feminine name originating from the Hebrew Bible, so a Jewish name. And it is also the name of the book or the movie. So look at the timeline. Second World War started around that time, and not immediately, but a year or two afterward, movie was also made featuring the same name. Very famous director who went on to create history later. So just need a name, a single name, proper noun, female name of Jewish name, common Jewish name. Romantic thriller film. So that is question number 9. And now we move on to the last question of today's quiz, which will end with sports, my favorite topic. So a German company reached out to a Slovenian world champion to help design this shoe. So the image of the shoe is important here. Look carefully how the shoe is made. It has appropriate thickness and gives the perfect mix of sensitivity and durability for standing on the tiniest of edges. The shoe also features the company's famous sticky rubber. So sticky rubber, which helps a player on slippery volumes. So this shoe is designed such that the person can stand on the tiniest of edges, and it also helps the person on slippery volumes so that the person may not slip. Many such companies started actively launching their new products after the magnanimous decision for the sport. So this sport got some new recognition, something happened. So many companies frantically started designing new varieties. They started including new technologies. And even if the excitement got delayed by a year, the players will be raring to go because this is huge for their sport. I just need the sport which these shoes are made up for. Don't give me the specifications of the sport, just a common general word would do. Standing on the tiniest of edges helps a player on slippery volumes. Something happened and something happened for the sport, and even if the excitement got delayed by a year, so that huge excitement was delayed by a year due to obvious reasons, the players will be raring to go. Just give the sport, a general term would do. Sorry, Alankar, a quick rerun would be difficult, I think, because I've given ample of time for each question. And in the form, you have to click the submit option for each section. So you can't cycle back there. And I think I've given 2 minutes to each question, which is more than enough. and the form is created so that I can't cycle back. So this is the last question, guys. Exactly 80, 100. So I'll give 100 seconds. So start submitting your forms. Okay. Start submitting your forms now. We'll be closing the responses. We'll be closing the responses now in 100 seconds or so. So please start submitting your forms. And after submitting the responses, please wait because I'll be discussing the answers. Yeah. So start submitting the form. We are closing in a minute. Yeah. I'll be back in a minute, guys. So after that, we'll start discussing the answers. Yeah, so we have closed the responses of the form now. Yeah, so we'll start discussing the answers now. And comment your answers in the chat, the YouTube live chat which is provided. Okay, so just a second. Is my screen visible, Nambi?
Yeah, I can see your screen.
Yeah.
Do you want to share the slides, answer slides?
What?
Answer slides, do you want to share?
Yeah. So, okay. So, okay. Sorry, Paul. We told that we'll be closing it in a minute or so, and you have clearly submitted the form after 2 minutes. I'm sorry, but I'm not. I'm busy with the stream, so I won't be able to open and close the form again. Okay, just a second. I will check it, so and then we can start the answer session. Okay, so yeah, we'll start with the discussion. You guys can start commenting your answers. Tributes. So After I display the questions, you can comment down your answers. I think there is a small lag. Pranay, the answers will be announced by 10 p.m. tonight. Sorry, the results will be announced by 10 p.m. tonight. Okay, so you can start commenting your answers after I display the first question. I think there is a bit of a lag, so question number 1. Any guesses, guys? Mission Kashmir, Amartya, I need a song. Akash, Rahat Indori is correct for the lyricist. Arun Abbas say Bumro. Yeah, so Bumro is the song and lyricist is Rahat Indori. Well cracked, Arun Abbas, and 0.5 to Akash for Rahat Indori. So this is the famous Bumro song from Mission Kashmir, and the lyricist is none other than Rahat Indori, who gave us the famous line "Bulati hai magar jaane ka nahi." So we lost this legend this year. So this is first tribute starts with Rahat Indori. Yeah, Nikhil, you could see only 10 questions because you joined late and we had started at 8 p.m. sharp. So I'm sorry we can't do anything. So moving, question number 2. Which animal's face is depicted in this statue? You can comment down your answers. Arun says baboon, Subhajit says baboon. Ritvik says baboon. Yeah, baboon is correct. And the Egyptian god is Thoth. So this was the Gods of Egypt movie in which Chadwick Boseman played the role of the god Thoth. And what we required here is baboon. Good guess, Kabir, on buffoon, but that is not a primate. So points for those who answered baboon. Moving on, question number 3. So we need the name of a person and a book, a famous person and a book, and it was a moniker given to Lok Sabha MP from Gandhinagar. So what? 0.5 to both. If you know the person, then okay. Prem says Arthashastra Chanakya, Amit Shah, perfectly correct. Then we have Shubhojit, Akash also giving the other name of Chanakya. So I didn't want a king. I wanted a writer, Arun. So anyways, Ashoka doesn't fit there. It's Arthashastra and Chanakya, and if it would have been a king, the answer would have been Chandragupta Maurya. So Chanakya and Arthashastra is correct. Those who gave Amit Shah, brownie points to you. Well done, people. And the speech by Pranav Da, whom another great Indian whom we lost this year, was given at the RSS headquarters in Nagpur, the Rashtriya Swayamsevak headquarters in Nagpur. So this was the speech given by him in which this sloka featured. So we're moving on to question number 4. 2 parts. Which position is being talked about and who started serving in it since this October? So need the position, not the exact position. Yeah, it's okay if you don't give the exact position. A general US Supreme Court judge, yeah, I will accept that. Abbas says Amy Barrett. Okay. Amy Coney Barrett and okay, Ananya says Amy Coney Barrett, perfect. US Supreme Court Judge Amy Coney Arun, good. So Associate Justice of the Supreme Court of United States is the exact position. We will accept Supreme Court Judge of USA as long as you have US and Supreme Court in the answer. We will fetch 0.5. And Amy Coney Barrett is the person we needed. And the person, the famous American who died was Ruth Bader Ginsburg. She made a lot of news. No, Ananya you will fetch points for Supreme Court judge, not a problem there. So Amy Coney Barrett and Supreme Court justice is what he needed. So that's okay. Question number 5. Fill in the blank, dash versus dash, alliterative. So both terms start from the same letter, both the names. Arun TP says Diego versus Dada. Shubhajit, Abbas, Prem, Prithvi. Yeah, Diego versus Dada is correct. Those were the two parts. Diego Maradona, the footballing legend, and Dada is Sourav Ganguly. So both of them were the captains, and the Prince of Football takes on the Prince of Calcutta. This was the poster which featured both these legends, and it also says Mahalaya it is. Unfortunately, the match didn't go because didn't proceed as expected because Diego Maradona was tired and he just left off after the ball was kicked. But nonetheless, the answer was Diego versus Dada. So moving on, question number 6. Again, two parts. Need a particular distinction and the surname. The whole name is not necessary, even a surname will suffice. Anil and Prem say Olivia de Havilland, Gone with the Wind actress, who died this year. Yes. Oldest surviving Oscar winner. Yeah, oldest surviving best actress. She was the oldest surviving best actress. So the first part is Olivia de Havilland, and the second part is oldest living best actress Academy Award winner. So Oscars or Academy Award winner, and she was the oldest living best actress. And after her death this year, she was replaced. So just the Havilland will work for the first part, and the oldest living best actress Oscar winner is for the second part. Great answer there, Prem, Anil and Abbas got the first part and Akash Gupta. Okay, so most of them have not written best actress. I will be lenient and give the points there. Not a problem. So moving on. Question number 7, another easy one. The person and the Indian captain and the Olympics. Which edition of the Olympics? Balbir Singh Senior, 1956. Yes, Balbir Singh Senior, 1956. It's not 1952. It's 1956 Melbourne Olympics. And the person is, of course, Balbir Singh Senior, the Indian hockey legend, one of the greatest forwards to grace the game, who scored a lot of goals even after appearing in very few matches. So the two parts are Balbir Singh Senior, and he was the captain of the Indian hockey team, Indian men's hockey team in 1956 Melbourne Olympics. So moving on to the next question. Yeah. What is being talked about here? Maple Leaf giveaway, not restricted only to the entertainment industry. And of course, it is a tribute to a very famous person. I could not exclude the person. So after giving the answer, tell me who is this? Who is being given a tribute through this question? Canada Walk of Fame says Arun, not Bharat Ratna as Prem says. Canada Walk of Fame is the correct answer. So the hint I had given was not only restricted to American industry, like its more famous counterpart in a neighboring country. And yeah, Abbas, this is a tribute to Alex Trebek, the host of Jeopardy. And this quiz would have been incomplete if I hadn't included Alex. So yeah, Jeopardy guy is the person whom this tribute was given to. So well done. Canada Walk of Fame. So the stars are a bit weird. So they are shaped like the maple leaf, and the person is Alex Trebek. I didn't need Alex Trebek, but nonetheless, a great tribute to him. Moving on, question number 9. Which Gharana is being described here? Okay, Arun says Mewati, Subhajit says Mewati. Yeah, Mewad was the hint. Mewati, yeah, tribute to Pandit Jasraj. So those who thought on the lines of Pandit Jasraj, it was an easy guess. So the answer is Mewati. It is often confused with Mewad, in English spelled as Mewar, but is actually Mewad. So Mewati Gharana, and this was a tribute to Pandit Jasraj. So last question, who is this person? Yemen, Israel, blessing to some people. A very familiar face, famous leader, if I were to say so. Anubhav Roy says Hosni Mubarak. Arun TP says Qasim Suleimani. Ananya says Hosni Mubarak. Yeah, Mubarak is the correct answer. Mubarak means blessing, and Hosni Mubarak will fetch you points. He died at the start of this year. So, not Chuck Yeager. It's Hosni Mubarak who was first a pilot, and he did his PG from Soviet Union, learned a lot about the Tupolevs, and then was a fearsome pilot before becoming what we know him as. So this ends tributes. As we move on to trends. So trends were the 10 questions set by Sumedh, and yeah. First question of the trends. Dodge and Chims is the correct answer. Yes, Abbas, Akash, Prem, Sahil, Subhajit, Arun. Not vibing cat, not the Turkish meme. The correct answer is Dodge and Chims. Yeah, so you will get 0.5 for either mentioning Dodge or either mentioning Chims. And both of them are Sumedh Joshi's favorite. So, yeah. Moving on, question number 2. Yeah, Akash, Toda dog does, Sada dog Chims. I sent him a Yashraj Mukhate video yesterday, and he has just used the meme here. Gordon Ramsay, hedgehog, says Shubhojit. Same answer by Arun and Prem. Yeah. So the chef is Gordon Ramsay and the animal is hedgehog. No points for porcupine. So Gordon Ramsay and hedgehog will fetch you complete points and 0.5 if you get either of it correct. So yeah, moving on. Question number 3. Easiest question of the quiz. Indian web series released this year. Which web series? Arun says Scam 1992, please ban this. Yeah, Arun must have seen 15 to 20 questions on Scam 1992 in the past 1 week. But we had to include it for those who didn't get many points. So sorry, Arun. So Scam 1992, Harshad Mehta and Hansal Mehta. And upcoming film is The Big Bull, Abhishek Bachchan. Moving on, question number 4. Which disaster is this? Proper need the name of a place and what happened. Which disaster? Akash, Shubhojit, Ananya, Kabul, Gurudwara attack. Perfect. That was the answer we were looking for. The person is Ashraf Ghani. Terrorist is shown in the first image. 6 are lamenting. And the 4th image of Kabul, the capital of Afghanistan. So this is the attack on Kabul Gurudwara. And that was expected in the answer. Question number 5. I will reply to Atak se Katak on WhatsApp, Arun. Yeah, Akash Gupta says Penrose Stairs. Arun TP says Penrose and Penrose Stairs. Shubhojit, Manas, Abbas. Yeah, perfect. So X is the Nobel Prize winner Roger Penrose. These are the Penrose Steps or Penrose Stairs. So Christopher Nolan fan, Sumedh. Moving on, question number 6. Any guesses for the 6th question? Some baked item. Not pita bread. Common English word. We'll wait for a few more guesses. Akash Gupta gets it correct. It's sourdough bread. So sourdough bread will fetch you the point. So that was the answer we were looking for. An essential part of Mediterranean diets. Not rainbow, pita, banana, or any of that. So moving on to the next question. Connect these places. Huge hints given. Very tall bowler from Pakistan. You can give me the full names of the bowler and the lesser known daughter in the comment section. Shaheen Bagh protest is correct. And who are the bowler and the daughter? Anyone going for it? Okay, yeah. Shaheen Bagh will fetch you points. Shaheen Afridi and Shaheen Butt says Akash Gupta. Perfect. Tanuj, no, anti-CA we won't give you a point. We are looking specifically for Shaheen Bagh. I had even given you the hints that what we are looking for is Shaheen, exactly Shaheen. So locations of the Shaheen Bagh protests in India. Moving on to the next question. What does this map represent? Piece of art, confusing audience. अरुण दोनों लिखा है पर पॉइंट एक ही मिलेगा. tenet, but what does this map represent? Yeah, tenet is correct. But what in tenet? Okay, Ritvik says tenet shooting location, Sushant, Abbas, Shubhojit, Prem, Tanuj. Yeah, tenet was shot in these locations. Amarto, correct. So these were the locations where tenet was shot. Perfect. An ultimate question of trends. So which platform is being talked about here? Locomotive, which is used to not Zoom. Another biz question. Good guess on Zoom, but the logo consists of a part of a locomotive. Sushant says steam, Abbas says steam, Ananya says steam. Yes, I told you there was a hint. I had given the answer in the question itself. Which platform is this? One that has been recently gathering steam. So the answer was given in the question itself. And this is the logo of steam, the part of the locomotive. So I had given, for this question, I had given the answer in the, yeah. Okay, so last question. Which country is this? The verbal hint was important here, the color behind the background of Google. Which color is this? Arun says Vietnam. Prem, Tanuj, yeah, Tanuj, Subhojit, Sahil, Prem, Arun, get it correct. It is indeed Vietnam, not China. You must have gone on my last hint. But China is far more cultural diversity to show than these conical hats and lotus flowers. So Vietnam is what I was looking for. Rice farmer looking on track to beat graphical indications. So moving on to transformations now, which was said by Aatreya. So which disaster? A giveaway again. So a disaster. Which type of disaster and a name? A proper noun. Hurricane Maria says Akash. Arun TP says Maria. Anil Raghavan says Arecibo. Arecibo was the type of telescope. I didn't need that. I just needed disaster. Yeah, so they have given the type of telescope also. So Hurricane Maria will fetch you points. And the hint was Maria Sharapova. So moving on to question number 2. Which Indian conglomerate? And if you can, you just give the name of the company shown, whose logo is shown here. Arun says Murugappa, Sahil says Avanta. Crompton Greaves is the company. Ananya says Murugappa acquiring Crompton Greaves. Yeah, Arun, Ananya, you have given the perfect answer. The correct answer is Murugappa. And the reason I had given the word feathery, just look carefully at Murugappa's logo. It features a peacock. Very beautiful bird with a, yeah, correct. You got the hint, Arun. So it's Murugappa. Question number 3. Which not so prehistoric entity? Perfect answers by everyone. It is indeed Gunnersaurus. And Gunnersaurus, the person inside it, Ozil said that he would like to pay for the person's salary, but unfortunately, he is not in the role now, and it has been rotated. Yeah, Arsenal, F for Arsenal relegation says Abbas. So, moving on, question number 4. Which iconic book or film which the bus featured on the poster of the film. Into the Wild, Arun, Akash, Shubhojit, yeah, Akash, it will be banned. Yeah, if you can give me, if you can give our question setters more content on transformations, we'll ban this one also. The sole purpose of taking this question was the bus was removed. So, yeah, Into the Wild is correct. This is the poster of the movie. Moving on, question number 5. Which team is being talked about here? Lots of clues, 2014. Second edition, Iranian, city which has a cocktail and a fish. Shubhojit says U Mumba, Akash U Mumba, Tanuj U Mumba, Ritvik U Mumba. Yeah, correct. This is the Pro Kabaddi League franchise, U Mumba. Siddharth says Sardar Patel Stadium, Motera. No, that's the one in Ahmedabad. There is another Sardar Patel indoor stadium in Bombay. And the captain is the Iranian Fazir Atrachalli, as correctly said by Arun. And this is the Mumbai Stadium, which also is host to a number of franchises. One of them included the badminton one, which participated in the Indian Badminton League from 2013, I guess. So U Mumbai will fetch you points. And question number 6, how is the debt being repaid? Barter system is a very large domain. Water of Victoria Falls released. Very good guess, Arun, but nothing to do with India. When you see India, yeah, water sharing of the Chad River. So these countries are Chad and Angola, but great guess for those who gave the answer water sharing or water release. But the answer is cattle. So in questions featuring India, if you get cattle, most of the times the answer will be correct, cows or cattle. So Chad will be repaying its $100 million debt to Angola with cattle. Okay, question number 7. Image on the right. Yeah, nice question, says Manas. It was researched by Aatreya. So kudos to his research. So need the name of a place here and a movie. Blade Runner 2049 Australian bushfires, says Arun. Blade Runner Sao Paulo, not Australia. Blade Runner. Okay, Blade Runner 2049. 2049 is important here. I asked for the recent movie, not the 1980s one. Ananya says California. Srinath Sundareswan says Los Angeles. Yeah, California, Los Angeles. The city is actually San Francisco. The Golden Gate Bridge is visible when I saw the photo clearly in the background. But we are looking at San Francisco, Los Angeles, California. California would work. So any of the cities in California will give points to that. And the movie is Blade Runner 2049, which was a sequel to the original Blade Runner movie. So
this is my favorite question in the set because I remember the images from Instagram when the fire was happening.
Okay, so this was one of the 2 questions contributed by our club friend Partha Sabnis. So he's a fan of pop culture. Moving on. Question number 8. Another brilliant question by Aatreya. Western Ghats, famous political family of a West Indian state. Which family is this? Artistic family is this. Arun, Ritvik, Tanuj say Thakre, which is correct because this is Tejas Thakre, the younger son of Uddhav Thackeray, who is the current Chief Minister of Maharashtra, and he is a wildlife researcher. Shown on the right is Aditya Thackeray, who is also into politics and the elder son of Uddhav Thackeray. So we are just looking at Thackeray, the surname. And the penultimate question of the quiz: which novel or film, a feminine Jewish name, popular? So 2020, this year featured a movie of the same name, Rebecca or Emma. Arun, or won't be accepted. So 2020 featured a movie of the same name, but received a lot of criticism. Literature god Akash Gupta saying Emma is 19th century. Okay, so Rebecca will fetch you points. So this is the Hitchcock movie which got 2 Oscars. So Rebecca is what we needed here. And moving to the last question: which sport are these shoes made for? Rock climbing, Olympic sport 2020. Rock climbing, sport climbing, lead climbing, speed climbing, and bouldering. Any of this will get you points because it has been included in the list of new sports at the Tokyo Olympics. So look carefully at the shoes at the hints. Standing on the tiniest of edges helps up volumes, and it would. So sport climbing is the correct answer. Well done, everyone. And it has got some criticism for involving all 3 disciplines. The disciplines are a bit different: lead climbing, speed climbing, and bouldering. So thank you everyone for joining. It took